What's up, everybody? Kolrick has logged on once again, and today we're gonna talk. Hey guys, today's gaming video is not really about a topic, but it's more about a fear. And E3 is right around the corner, which is awesome. We get to see so many great games come out, new things to be announced, more information on stuff. But to be honest, I'm scared. With some things I've been seeing, I don't like where things are going. This mostly relates to the whole PCs are getting stronger and consoles are going to die, and that everything's going to go to digital download. Now, I know consoles are always going to have a market, even if it turns really small. They'll have its own little niche market. What I'm worried about is just for EA or Activision to announce more broken games and that people are just going to keep buying into them. I'm worried for Square Enix to break something with Final Fantasy VII Remaster. I had to think about the name for a second. I don't know why, but I'm kind of worried that they're gonna announce something that's gonna like kill the whole thing for everybody, because they already announced that episodic thing, and I don't know if they're gonna really gonna go through with it, but I'm afraid that they're gonna like censor it and take things away. Not, the story's already done. Just enhance it, bring it back. That's all I want from that. I'm also worried that we're not going to see anything for Kingdom Hearts 3, which we did get that Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue trailer, and that was good and awesome, but I'm hoping for something in Kingdom Hearts 3 because last E3 was disappointing to me personally. Because for Kingdom Hearts' sakes, I did not like Sora's new outfit. It looks cool, but he looks like what Exsiuse calls a dyke. And to me, he looks like a dick. Those two things are both negative, but they're completely opposite at the same time. But I do not like Sora's new look. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. And I'm worried about the whole VR thing. VR is going to have its own market, but I feel like it's not going to be for the casual gaming market. It's going to be just for the people that really get into their games and or just techies, really. And I know VR has some really good uses outside of gaming, and I hope they continue with that. But I don't see VR getting anywhere popular in gaming. It's going to end up like the PlayStation Move or the Wii, just a Wii. Sure, it's going to be cool. Everyone and their grandma is going to get one, but it's just going to die off really quickly. I don't know what Microsoft is going to do. They're probably going to show off something with their Windows 10, and I don't like Microsoft for the reasons that they're making me change from Windows 7 to Windows 10, with them kind of downloading in the background and force installing it when you don't like notice. But at this rate, I don't want Microsoft to take all control away from the player, because they just want to control the experience. And that's the one thing I do fear about things going completely digital. Because sure, the digital has its benefits. You get it right there. You don't have to worry about storage, and it can come in and out as you need it to be. But there are a lot more bad than getting a physical copy to me, because the fact that licensing and contracts and all that can be broken, can be taken off, that the internet is something that still is a giant variable even to this day, where if the internet crashes, even if you're just living in a place where you just don't have good Wi-Fi, or the worst possible situation, something like Lizard Squad will come back and take down the servers, or contracts will die and licensing will be lost, copyrights can be taken, and then that game that you love so much is forced to be taken down. Or they can be something stupid like Konami and take it down just because they're Konami, like PT. So I don't. Right now, Activision to me, they killed Call of Duty with their new COD, whatever it was called. And again, Call of Duty's been dead for a good while. The competitive scene's been gone. There's very little to that. And Call of Duty is always going to be here, I think. But right now, it's going to need a break because after this one, after Battlefield 1, I think it was called, came up and got the most likes in YouTube, and with the new Call of Duty trailer just completely down, it shows that Activision has fucked up and or milked COD to death. I'm also worried that VR, again back to VR, is going to take the spotlight away from Sony's conference, and that they're also going to focus on the PlayStation 4K. I'm thinking most likely there's going to be some type of bundle announced where it's going to be the PlayStation 4K and PlayStation VR, maybe even the Vita altogether. I just hope that the PS4K or PS4 Neo, depending on what name they're going to go with, doesn't require a 4K television. Because if it does, that's going to be a real dick move. Because then they're going to expect people to go out and buy 4K TVs. Which, guess what? Sony still makes. Yeah, TVs. So I hope they don't do that. Because I remember when the PS4 came out, I was forced to get a TV. Because my TV at the time didn't have an HDMI. And I was still running an RCA. I don't know if I'm just thinking of the worst. Last year, Sony, they focused nothing on their own first parties and just purely focused on their third party. This is probably because they had nothing to show really. The way the console generation, like they've been here for like what, 3-4 years now. The way I see it is that since the real reason why we didn't have exclusives or like full games ready by the time the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One first came out was because no one expected the game. No one expected consoles to actually do well. They expected consoles to die off with the PS4 and Xbox One. Obviously, Sony showed with the proper marketing that consoles will still rock. Sony was rocking with the PS4 and still is. Microsoft, obviously, we all know, messed up with the DRM, but they had a good idea, really. Looking back now, they were thinking in the future, and back then maybe we didn't realize it, but they were somewhat right. Oh yeah, and there's Nintendo doing its own thing. I believe they said they weren't going to show off NX, that they were just going to focus on the Wii U, but they're not going to be at E3, but they're going to have their own little show again. Whatever Nintendo's doing, it's really confusing. I just wonder why they can't just play along. But it's Nintendo. No matter what, someone's gonna love them. I'm just, again, worried that VR and the PS4K and even that rumor of Xbox enhanced version is going to be coming out forces us to get a 4K television, which a lot of people don't have still, and that they're just going to kill the market. There's been a saying around, well, not saying, a rumor that E3 could die because that each of the three big have their own little things now, and or what I think is going to be leaving. Nintendo obviously has their Nintendo shows. So whatever they want to announce, they can show off there. People tend to watch it a lot. And then Sony has their own conference as well now, which they usually do around winter, I think, the PlayStation Experience. And Microsoft, to be honest, I feel like they might leave the gaming industry. They make zero money from Xbox sales in Japan, because in Japan it's all about Nintendo and Sony. They don't really like the Xbox over there. And here, this generation, Microsoft did horrible with their marketing, and they started off really bad with X1. Granted, they did catch up pretty well. At some point, actually even beating the PS4. But right now, Microsoft, they make very little to nothing of money from X1, from Xbox in general. So it kind of makes you wonder, why haven't they left yet? They, last year at E3, they came out and showed off all their exclusives. The only thing that would have made it perfect was a Left 4 Dead 3. At least in my opinion. They just came out and announced everything. But what happened as the games came out? Glitchy, features missing, unwanted, unneeded stuff, microtransactions. Halo 5, I think it was 5, didn't have local multiplayer. How does a shooter not have local multiplayer? It's like a fighting game without, local fighting. The reason why you get a game is to play with your friends, and the best way to play is couch co-op. And that's something I see lacking in the gaming industry that I still desire. I'm not really into this generation right now because I don't see stuff I like. The only reason why I got my PS4 was for Kingdom Hearts 3, which now, if I think about it, most likely won't come out to 2030, because I have a feeling that once they're completely done with Final Fantasy 15, they're going to come in and Tetsuya is going to be like, I don't like this anymore. Rework! And they're going to throw away all the progress that they made on this and just start from bottom to top again. Because with Final Fantasy 15, that was in development hell because Nomura decided to restart it or keep working on it. That thing was supposed to be Final Fantasy Versus 13 or something like that. I don't know, it had multiple names. It was supposed to be a PlayStation 3 exclusive launch title. PlayStation 3, that's back in 06. That's either 06 or 05. Either way, a long fucking time ago. And it's barely coming out, next year? This year? So I'm afraid that he's going to do the same thing with Kingdom Hearts, because for the people that are looking at the gameplay, sure, it looks amazing. It really does. The textures look amazing. The models look great. Especially in that new 2.8 trailer with Kingdom Hearts key back cover movie. That thing looks amazing. Dreamed Up Distance HD is Dreamed Up Distance in HD. But a 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. I can't believe I should just really nickname them at this point. It looked great, but it didn't look awesome. It did not look like the stuff that we saw in the Kingdom Hearts key back cover. That looks like something you would see from a Pixar film or something from DreamWorks. And granted, that's what they're trying to go for. They're going for that Disney feel. And a fragmentary passage does not look like it. The models are still a little sketchy, so I hope they fix that. And even if they don't, I'm still okay with it because they still look great. I just hope they fix the lighting. Especially since the last time we saw Kingdom Hearts 3. But I hope they fix the animations. Because I know I'm not the only one seeing the animations looking stiff. When I saw Aqua's gameplay, I immediately saw Birth by Sleep gameplay. For the people that don't feel it, I guess, or don't see it, there is it's like Aqua, Terra, and Ventus. Every time they fight, they decide to pose before the next strike. It feels very, not heavy, but very stiff. And when you look back at Cage 1 or 2 or even Reaching the Memories, the gameplay is pretty smooth and it transitions very well. It feels like it has weight to it, unlike the stiffness that you get from Birth by Sleep. And I'm seeing this even in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer, probably because it's made by the Birth by Sleep team so far. So that's why I'm afraid when the real team comes in and takes over on stuff that they're going to throw everything away. Best bet they're going to at least, I hope, throw away the animation and build it once again. But I'm just ranting about Kingdom Hearts 3 right now. There's a lot of things I'm afraid of. I don't want the consoles to die. I don't want the casual market just to say, oh, I wasted my money on this, time to throw it away. But I am excited for PlayStation right now. Because, again, bringing back last year, they had very few exclusives shown. All I remember was Uncharted 4, and I think that's the only thing I can remember. But they had very few stuff. That means this year has to be wonderful with exclusives. I'm hoping to see Crash Bandicoot come back. If the t-shirt doesn't lie, we'll see Crash Bandicoot back. I am excited to hopefully see more Cage 3 on there. I know people are saying that with the whole trailer fiasco that we're not going to see it, but I'm hoping that Square Enix is doing a troll move and we're going to see it at the PlayStation show. I'm hoping to see maybe Jack 4, Sly Cooper 4, 5. I don't know why I said 4, but Sly 5. I'm hoping maybe something new with Infamous. I hope they bring Cole back at least. I'm hoping for PlayStation All-Stars, a sequel for that. Everyone knows. If you're a fan of this channel, you should know that I'm a really big fan of that game and that I love PlayStation. I'm hoping to see more stuff on Gravity Rush 2, to see more stuff on Hatsune Miku Project Diva X. I'm just excited to see so many games. I'm just hoping they can amaze me with some new titles. Because I know I've seen, what was that space one? Shoot. I know like they showed off some new games, but they're not for me, really. For me, I like games where it's a third person perspective, you fight with something, and you maybe solve puzzles and collecting items. I love platformers, so that goes back to that. Now I see nothing but shooting, and shooting is very old for me. And to be honest, shooting has killed games like Borderlands for me. I would have probably loved Borderlands if it had anything but shooting on it. And granted, I still had fun in the game, but shooting, to me, is just killed, dead, it's gone. It's gonna take something really fun to bring it back. Hell, Activision did a great job with Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They added that whole parkour system, the wall running, the jumping, and all that, which was great for me because I didn't have to be good at shooters anymore. I just had to be good at platforming, which I was already good at. So everything that I learned from platforming transitioned to that game, and I became beast instantly. But I'm just worried. Those are my thoughts right now for E3. E3 is right around the corner. I think it starts Sunday. I'm going to watch every show. It's going to end Tuesday, I believe, so that's the perfect time. Not Loading Vocaloid will be replaced by Not Loading Gaming, and then I'll replace Not Loading Gaming with Vocaloid. Not Loading Gaming, Let's Talk Gaming, and Let's Talk Vocaloid. I'll replace their dates for each other unless I need to talk about gaming on Friday. So that's going to be what's going to happen this next week. That's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys are hoping to see or afraid to see for the next E3. That's pretty much it. So for now, leave your thoughts down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed this conversation. And Kolrick is logging out. See ya.